1970. And as you can see by the title of this video, my videos are getting tampered with. Now, I left the video up I made just a little while ago. And while I was broadcasting live, it was no problem at all with the audio. Not one person complained about it. I had plenty of people listening. And not once did anybody say what they were hearing was not coming through. And then when the video uploads, it's so choppy it cannot be heard. And I've had people call me a conspiracy theorist and paranoid, and I'm just doing it for attention. And this should prove, and I'm leaving that video up so you could see it. It's the one with the American flag where it says sold on it. And it shows that companies like YouTube and any of the government NSA sold out traitors who are the real terrorists are the ones that are stopping information. So I'm just going to start talking a little bit more about it again. And this is just ridiculous what they are trying to do. So this is why I need your help. They don't want truth. So what I was talking about, and basically you can get most of it on a video I made already, and that is the video called The Truth About the United States Law and You. It will pretty much talk about some of the things that I was talking about. But I was basically telling people to stay away from the voting system because you are enslaving yourselves, and we are continually allowing governments to take care of our needs instead of us taking care of ourselves. And I was talking about who owns everything and what do governments really own. Well, they don't own anything. They own titles. They own pieces of paper. They own registrations. They don't own the actual land that they think about, that you think about, or they convince you about. And it's all about consent. That's why I tell people to look at things like the 13th Amendment about the legal definition of slavery and how it's involuntary servitude, unless you go to prison, which is why they want you to start fights, why they want revolutions, why they want laws that are broken, because then they can arrest you and create more money for their system. And I talked about how they build trust accounts in your name, because when you are born, they extract blood from the bottom of your foot, which is your soul. The blood has DNA, which is proof of who you are, and they create a trust account in your name where they make money all of your life. Now, I have several videos to talk about this. So I highly recommend, especially if you're new to my channel, go to my videos and then tap on the button that tells you, look under most recent view, older videos, most recent, look under the most viewed or the most popular, however it's listed, and find those videos. Because this is just absolutely ridiculous how my channel is being attacked. Because like I said, the video I just made, that live video, it went through perfectly. And now that it's uploaded, it's unlistenable, which is fine. It just proves my point even more. So to the NSA agents and the people that are doing this to my videos, all you're doing is slowing down information. When you frustrate people, it makes them want to work harder. It proves the point. If they just let my stuff go and let it go out there, the people would have said, like years ago, they would have thought, oh, listen to this crazy person talking this nonsense. But all it does is it validates my accusations of how I'm being attacked and silenced and how my videos are being tampered with. People tell me all the time how the videos, they can't be seen. They get unsubscribed from my channel. They can't hit the thumbs up button. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's unfortunate because that was a great video that I just posted. And they blocked it basically without blocking it. They just chopped it up so you can't hear it. And that's never happened on a video before, and it's disgusting that they're doing it. So that's why anybody that saw the video live, they got to hear that information. And what I would ask for is to spread truth and really get this out there, because unfortunately, and this is affecting me because when people watch my videos, I get a little AdSense. Now, I don't make anything remotely close to these big people. I make, $100, $200 a month at best. But because they silence me, just imagine how much the currency they're taking away from me so I can actually, put food on my table. It's ridiculous. But that's not the most important thing for me. The most important thing for me is getting truth out. And the fact is that governments do not own anything. They own pieces of paper. They own titles. They want you to register everything. That's why they want you to register to vote. They want you to go from a nasty slave owner to a more friendly slave owner. As long as you stay in the system, they could still rob from you. They could still restrict what you do. It's absolutely ridiculous what they're doing to me. So I'm going to keep this short and we'll see what happens. But in the comment section right now, is anybody having audio problems with this at all? And nobody complained about it before. And this is what's happening. So I love the fact that years ago people were calling me crazy and paranoid, and I'm just doing it for attention. And I'm going to leave up the video so you could see that they chopped it up so it is not, you can't listen to it. So it's not my fault that that happened. This is what they do to me. And that just proves that what I'm talking about is right. So if you look at my videos that talk about the truth about the United States law and you, ones where I talk about legal definitions, talking about hidden meanings in words, that's pretty much all I talked about in this video that I made that got chopped up. So as you could see, everybody's saying there are no audio problems, and nobody had any audio problems in the last one. So we'll see what happens when it comes up. But, I mean, they won't chop this one up because I'm not saying much. Because I was on a roll in that other video, and it's disgusting that they stopped it. But all they do is slow down truth. They can't stop it. And this is why I tell people all the time that you have to start doing these things yourself. You have to stop relying on other people to take care of you. Get your money out of bank accounts. Learn the truth. Learn the truth that the Vatican is the one that controls everything. When they talk about owning the land, they're talking about you. Because your soul is being held by your body. So your body is the land of your soul. So this is all corruption. You don't own anything. The government doesn't own anything. They get you to buy mortgages which are death pledges. That's why you go to a morgue when you die. That's why when you wake up in the morning, well, you mourn. You know, when they cremate your body, what do they put your ashes in? They put your ashes in an urn. Well, don't you earn a paycheck? When you open your eyes, you awake. Where else do you go to awake? It's all about stocks, bonds. It's all about trusts. It's all about taking the DNA that proves who you are when you're born by extracting the blood out of the sole of your foot, creating a trust account under your name. So every single person on the planet, if you have a certificate, not a certificate of live birth, but a birth certificate, there's a trust account in your name. They made a corporate name by stealing your DNA. Well, they don't steal it. They take it from you and you leave it there. You abandon it. It's abandoned property. And they create a trust account in your name. And they give you a fake ID, which you are now, basically, you don't own the name that you have. Any document, driver's license, birth certificate, registration form, government ID, any of that stuff, that name on there is not yours. It's a copyrighted name. Just like if you try to use the word Walt Disney, you would get sued because you don't own that name. So if your name is John Smith and your driver's license and your mortgage and all your bills say John Smith, that's not you. That's your corporate fiction account where they built a trust, and the reason that they can claim it is they took your DNA when you were born by extracting blood out of the bottom of your foot, which is called your soul, and they created a trust account where they prepaid for everything that you will ever spend in your life. There are millionaires who spend millions of dollars for your accounts and make billions on it on the lifetime of that loan. They profit off of it. And when do they cash them in? They cash them in two different times. Either if you go to jail, they can cash it in, or when you die. So is there any reason why they don't create more and more laws that you cannot see? Is there a reason why they want, with this Hillary Trump thing, they want you to fight amongst yourselves and they want to start a war? Because then they could make more restrictions and they could send out their pawns, the police, all you police out there that think you're doing the good. You're serving a corporate master. And now, yes, let's say even Donald Trump does get in. You're going from an evil, corrupt slave master to a nicer slave master. They're handing you little trinkets in hopes you will stay in their system. Here, little boys and girls, have some candy. Instead of claiming your own freedom by not consenting. They're being smart. They're playing with your emotions. And that's a lot of what I was talking about in the other video that was silenced. So I can't do this without you. I need you to share this stuff. You know, if you have to ask for permission for freedom, you're not free. And they want you to participate in this. They want you to register in your vote. When you go to vote, what you're saying is when you check that box, are you a U.S. citizen? You are saying, yes, I'm a slave to the system. Look up the Act of 1871. Look at the fact that everybody submits to the Vatican. And they want to silence this stuff. So I'll make this video 500 times if I have to. So they silenced the first one. All that did was frustrate me and motivate me. So if you're just watching this right now, look at the video I did before. When I did it live, not one person said anything about the audio. Not one person now is complaining about the audio problem. All of a sudden, it got chopped up. If you want to think that's a coincidence, that's perfectly fine. I've been saying for a while, my videos are getting silenced, and that just means I'm going in the right direction. So this stuff should piss you off that they're trying to silence this truth. I need you guys to help be my voice. I cannot do this by myself. As you could see, the more subscribers I get, the less views I supposedly have. It's not going to stop me, because if I have one person that cares, I'll make that video for one person. But what it's doing is trying to get other people to give up and think, oh, what's the sense? What's the use? Well, all they do is motivate me. So to the sellout traders in the NSA, and people who work for YouTube that allow these kind of things to happen, you will all get what's coming to you. We will gain our freedom back, but we're not going to do it your way. We're not going to fight. We're not going to shoot. We're not going to give you justification for new laws. We are no longer consenting to your lies. We don't need permission to be free. We don't need to buy your corporate trusts and your registration forms that sell nothing but a piece of paper. So when you buy a mortgage, which is a death pledge, that's why you have a mortuary and a mortician, you're just buying a piece of paper. So when you give a bank $300,000 to buy a house, you're not buying the actual property, you're buying the piece of paper, the trust. So this is what people don't understand. You want to challenge your banks, and I think this is one of the things they wanted to cancel out, which is good because I didn't remember the word at first. You go to your banks and you tell them, your mortgage companies, you tell them you want to see the genuine banknote and prove that they supposedly own your property. And if they can produce it, you'll be more than happy to pay it. But until people stop paying this lie, you're paying for something that's already been prepaid for. If everybody in the world knew that when you're born and you go under this corporation, they put a trust under your name, there are millions of dollars right now in an account under your name. Every single person on the planet. And they make millions upon millions of dollars on top of their investment, because when they prepay for everything, it doesn't formulate your taxes, the interest you pay on loans, your credit cards, your fees that you pay throughout your lifetime. So they spend millions on your trust account, and they cash it in and make billions. But you don't know about it. This is what they're trying to stop, and that's what they tried to silence. So I need your help. Share these videos. Get this out there. Start making videos in yourself. Research this stuff. Look up the Act of 1871. Learn about the fact that the U.S. and all the countries around the world are corporations. Learn that the Vatican is the one that's controlling this stuff. They're not going to silence us for long. They stopped that one video, and look, if you're listening to this video now, it just shows, they wanted to try and make me get frustrated and give up. That ain't happening, and I need other people to have that same mentality. So if you go and vote for this corrupt system, all you're doing is saying, hi, I'm a slave. I'm okay with being a slave as long as you throw me a couple of trinkets. And that's why all the people that are going to school, and I'm saying things that I said in the other video, so if you listen to the live show before, it's going to be a little redundant, but all these people in college that think, people like Bernie Sanders has the answer for things like free education, all that happens, that supposed free education, is the government buying all the loans that the colleges have, so they guaranteed to get paid even if you don't pay back your loan that you bought. So the colleges say, wait a minute, I get all this free stuff, they guarantee the loan even if the person we loan the money to doesn't pay it? Well, let's raise the tuition. So it gets higher and higher, and that's why it's so expensive for schools right now, because you people out there that listen to the people like Bernie Sanders, which, by the way, has 3 houses. He just bought his third one for over $600,000. Maybe that's why he's still, working for Hillary Clinton, is they all get bribed. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, unfortunately, the video I made before is the audio is not working because they chopped it up, and all it did was motivate me to work even more about this. So if you haven't checked it, it's a 90-minute video, The Truth About the United States Law, and you check the extended version. You will learn a lot of stuff. Look up under my playlists, go into the must-watch section. Look at the ones that talk about hidden meanings, hidden words, hidden in plain sight, executive orders, things like that. Learn what's going on. Otherwise, you're just part of a just part of a slave system. So, the presidents will never talk about the Federal Reserve, which, by the way, the Federal Reserve can give out billions upon billions of dollars every single year to countries all around the world, especially in the United States corporation. Please tell me where that money comes from. Can anybody explain that? Has anyone? Has the president? Has Hillary Clinton? Has Donald Trump, has Obama ever asked? No, because they don't want to know, because they know how the system is and they make plenty of money off of our ignorance. That's why we, the masses, are always going to be poor, because we keep relying on a system that is corrupt and based on helping 1% of the population control the world. And we allow it through our consent. If you want to continue, then things like this are going to continue to happen. You mark my words, Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump, Gary Sanders, Bernie Sanders, Jill Stein, any of them that want, if they become president, they're not going to do anything but help the people that pay their bills, the elites, the corporate owners, and the Vatican. So until you understand this stuff, all you're doing is saying, hi, I'm a slave. I didn't like my previous slave owner, but this one's a little bit nicer. They throw me a couple of trinkets. Just think about it like pigs in a pig pen, and your slave owners are throwing a whole bunch of slop all around for you to roll in. You're very happy about it, but you know what? You'd be a lot happier if you were free, because they are all doing nothing but fattening up those pigs so they could slaughter them for consumption. Is that what you want? So watch my other videos. Unfortunately, the other video, I'm gonna leave it up, so I'm gonna probably get a lot of thumbs down, because most people won't see these things because they just don't have a very long attention span when it comes to truth. They want to be entertained. They want to be distracted. They want to care about things like the World Series and what the Kardashians are doing and what Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are fighting about this time, and transgender public bathrooms and things like that, instead of worrying about the fact that we are participating in a rigged system. Everything that you own, you can't take with you. There's a thing in canon law that says right of usage. Learn canon law. It even supersedes admiralty law and definitely law of the land. So these are things you have to research. And if you don't, then it's your own fault, because we get what we give. So if you give nothing, you get nothing. So again, to the NSA agents and anybody that was responsible for chopping up my last video, hold your ears and pardon the French, but fuck you, you terrorists. You will get what's coming to you, because karma always finds the wicked. And we are going to be so frustrated, and we are going to no longer participate. I'm not telling anybody to fire one gun, because you don't need to. Because for every gun you point at somebody else, there's 10 guns pointed at you. And then they could create laws. So they could either have you murdered or they can have you imprisoned. And either way, they cash in and you get nothing. You want to end the system? Stop participating in it. So that's all I'm going to talk about. So I need you guys to share this if you feel it's important. Otherwise, I'm just basically wasting my time. And I don't waste my time. So sorry for the frustration, but I'm just tired of the NSA, YouTube, and people stopping the truth. And you can call me paranoid all you want. The ones that do mean nothing to me, and they're part of the system that's going to be down, and they're going to fall with that ship. If you're on the Titanic, you could laugh at me for getting soaking wet, but you're going under soon. Get off the boat. Thanks for watching.